scrimmage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Carolina Panthers.
Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina. 22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he'll be out right at the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Next, the receivers will spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
That's complete. Roma Dunze. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Now you can exhale. The season is officially underway. Plenty of work done during the offseason, camp, and the preseason that led to that first throw of the year.
There's a short one caught by Loveland. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll just get rid of it. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try and run here with Swift. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try it now with Swift. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop at a yard shy. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Looking to throw, Young. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down.
One down, only about 500 more to go this season. He would certainly welcome most of his passes this year going as well as that. Now that the first one is over, time to settle into a groove and begin the long journey towards Week 18 and hopefully the playoffs.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 16 more on that one and another 1st down.
Panthers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Right back to Hubbard. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Panthers, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Young quickly to the flat. And he will take it across for Panthers touchdown. Zach Ertz, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
Panthers 7, Bears nothing. Ryan Fitzgerald kicking off for Carolina.
Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on fourth down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. Williams with a little touch pass forward. And he'll get up near the 45, a spot at the 44. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2 yards on the play.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent game.
And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Swift going to try up the middle. Powering forward. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. 44 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
First down, Bears.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Panthers' 16-yard line.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. Here now, 2nd and 4. As they've got it as we resume action. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, 2 good plays on this one, Brandon. The first one at the quarterback because the pressure affected his throw. I think it forced him to throw away from his designated target. And how about the second bit of pressure downfield? Receiver going up for the pass, helping force that incompletion.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack.
6 yards.
So this defense, they gave up some yards on this drive, but bottom line, they came up with a sack when it mattered.
And we know that every down counts, but let's be honest about it. People focus on 3rd down as a real key down in any drive, any situation. They took full advantage of 3rd down there and made a play.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
26-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. And they work this right upfield across the 45.
Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Young off the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. And a catch right side by Evans. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Straight ahead with Hubbard. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 44.
Edwards on the tackle.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
They'll run with a big back, A.J. Dillon. And a little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Here's Young from the shotgun. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
Now Young. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A great effort there. 29 yards. And the Panthers are able to widen their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Bears 3. Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw is Williams. There's a short one caught by Logan. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
To the air, Williams. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll go. Here's Williams. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. And they'll run on 1st down with Hubbard. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 46 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. It's Young off play action. Rolling to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. But prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin. It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up. They'll pitch it out to Hubbard. And everyone on their assignment defensively there as he'll be taken down behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. They'll run a draw now with Hubbard. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. On 4th down on is Ryan Fitzgerald for the Carolina field goal. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
So now after the field goal, Fitzgerald back out there to send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 2nd and 7. to midfield. Let's say they're spotted right in midfield at the 50. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
At the 50-yard line.
Now this offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. A give up the middle, Hubbard. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Young. Going for the deep ball. And this is caught inside the 5. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
To throw, it's Williams. A pass complete to Adunze. He's going to be brought down there in the field of play, and the clock will run. No timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Third quarter starts with a run by Hubbard.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
A 5-yard gain on the play. That's good for a Panthers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Young to throw it. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. To throw, Young. And he whips that one incomplete there. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Bears take over.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Throwing is Williams. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
2nd and 10. Here's Williams. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down, Chicago.
This quarterback now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. To throw, Williams. That's downfield. He's got Loveland. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down, Bears.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point, and what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue, not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
To the air once more, Williams. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Williams from the gun on 3rd down. Touchdown, Bears! A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Bears are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Bears 10. Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Young. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Young will set to throw.
He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
74 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Options galore here, second and a few inches. And they'll go again here with Hubbard. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here is Young. Got a man, that's the get. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Final minute now of the third quarter. On the handoff, it's Hubbard. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Second down, another chance for Hubbard. And the stop will come inside the 5 or 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
First down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Hubbard not going anywhere. He'll lose a couple back to the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Young now. Throw left side complete. That's Hubbard. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So we stopped for no gain. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Race it high.
They'll try and run. Here's Hubbard. He's going to be very close to a first down. Good running, but looks like he's a yard short. It'll be a gain of 5, but they do keep him out of the end zone, and now it's 4th down. Now Young. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Jalen Coker laying himself out in the end zone. And the Panthers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. The extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make this a three-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
At the 24-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Williams. Flush to his right. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
From down at the 12, it's first and 10. On the give, this is Hubbard. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets... Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Second down, another chance for Hubbard. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Chuba Hubbard, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Panthers 34, Bears 10. Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. There's a short one caught by Loveland. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. A three-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. Throwing again here, Williams.
There's a short one caught by Loveland. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
If I could put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. This whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense isn't going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most is the loss.
It's a gain of 13, but it brings up 3rd down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Williams. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 4th down, here's Williams. He'll get this into the hands of the Dunze. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. He stopped to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Eluding the pressure right. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Caleb Williams taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bears are able to cut into that deficit. Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2.
The Bears will line up.
Williams going to throw for it. Steps away to his left. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16.
Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Santos out now. He'll kick it away.
Jimmy Horn Jr. on the return. The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Caught left side by Mechie. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game.
3rd and 4.
Looking to throw, Young.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Panther first down. And it is celebration time on that sideline, and they've earned it.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record, but everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Panthers,